Do you struggle to discipline yourself when it comes to doing something consistently? We all do in different areas of our life. The crazy thing is we compare ourselves to someone that is exceeding in that specific area of their life, and we try to be just like them. You see, in today's episode, I'm going to be talking about this and why that's the wrong approach you should have. Instead, what you can do to make it better for yourself. But before we begin, I want to remind you to take a deep breath in with me right now. And a deep breath out. You might think you struggle with discipline, but yet I can tell you that you're probably disciplined at one area of your life that you do consistently, whether it's watching videos like this, whether it's scrolling through Instagram, you're disciplined at something. Even though it might not be a healthy habit, you still have a discipline there. A discipline is simply something that you're able to repeat over and over and over again, right? Consistently, no matter how you feel. Something like brushing your teeth, you're able to do that every single morning. So you're not someone that lacks the ability to create a new discipline or a new habit. It's simply because you feel unsafe doing so. For that person who's a gym fanatic that can show up every single day about it, like myself even, which I still do struggle, by the way. But I want you to understand that person who is their day-to-day situation discipline, and you might look at them and be like, wow, they're inspiring. Yes, let me tell you something about these people. For them, their safety, their means of being safe in their body was to be fit. As a means of receiving love, they had to physically be fit. Let me go deeper here if you're a bit confused. Hold on here. For example, if your father was always a money man, that was my situation, and I grew up around that. Now, for me to be accepted and loved by my father, I had to also, as a kid, I felt like I had to be like him, I had to think like him, I had to behave like him. So that is an area of my life that I would naturally push towards, compared to someone that grew up in a household where for them, their situation was money is danger. So they grew up in an environment where the idea of money was perceived as a threat. Therefore, they're 20 years later, they're thinking, why is it that I can't even maintain a day job? There's something that's wrong with me. But the truth is, you're simply in survival mode. And even that person who's a fanatic in the gym, fanatic about money, fanatic about the very habit that you want to develop, their means of survival means going after that thing consistently. For someone out there who's struggling to brush their teeth every morning, you might be the person that they will look up to. They're going to think, I can't even do that. I don't have the discipline for it. It goes deeper than something as simple as, how do I create a discipline around a certain subject, a certain direction? For you, that certain direction is unsafe. It's scary. Your nervous system sees it as a threat. The reason you struggle to create a discipline in that direction is because when you do, your nervous system goes crazy. And in that moment, you don't have the tools, or you're not allowing yourself to regulate that nervous system. Therefore, that reality will always remain a threat. For someone like myself, becoming overweight, losing myself and not going to the gym is scary. It's life-threatening, life and death. So therefore, I will do everything and anything to maintain that discipline. You're probably thinking, but it's a positive habit. That's a good habit. But it's still the same process. I'm simply doing it the way you're doing it. But your brain is hardwired to do it the other way, to avoid that, because that is somewhat unsafe. It's a story of, like, I don't know, I've read this online somewhere on an article where they understood that some women pack on a lot of weight, even men, to keep love away from them, because as long as they feel unattractive about themselves, they put on weight as like a shield to protect themselves from ever being seen by other people, which is crazy, because they probably grew up and everyone around them looks at them and saying, you're struggling with your weight, you need to do something about it. And they probably think about it, but for some reason they can't make any changes. It's because that reality is safe for them. So the reality of them becoming physically fit and maybe attractive in some people's eyes is a scary reality. It's an unsafe reality. So how do you make changes in your life? You have to understand how to regulate your nervous system the moment you try to commit to those steps. Because the other way people think it is, right, when you hear about discipline, is like, you must just go full steam ahead. But the problem with that is you cannot maintain that. You might do it for a week, 2 weeks, even a month, but you can't maintain it. Something will happen to take you all the way back because you have not been regulating your nervous system. So when you start that habit, learn how to regulate your nervous system. This is something that I teach in week 1 in my program in Quantum Leap. And if you don't know, I'm looking for 10 more people to join my program. And guess what? You're going to get 50% off for the first 10 people that reach out to me. So if you're interested, link down below. But yeah, back to the episode. It's like, I was always curious about this. Like, why is it that certain people excel in a certain area and other people are paralyzed? Why? It's because for that person that is excelling in that area, for them, that's unsafe for them to remain where they are. They must go after what they want, that specific area of their life, because for them, that is safety. And for the other person, their current situation is safety. The lack of it is safety. There's a lot of birds right now flying about. I don't know if you can hear them, but subhanallah. They're beautiful birds, green birds. I don't know where the hell they live, but they're always flying exactly before Maghrib time, before the sunset. But yeah, I want you to take this information and really ask yourself the question, like, there's nothing wrong with you. You have to understand why that exact reality that you want, the discipline that you want to create, why is it unsafe for you to go there? You might want to get married. You might want to invite another person into your life, but you can't seem to create the habits of who you would be if you had that person in your life. Because for you, your current reality of being alone is more safe than actually letting someone in. But in your head, you might convince yourself it's because you can't do the things that you need to do. Therefore, you're not worthy of another person. And it makes the story make sense, right? But deep down, it's a survival mode. You're on survival mode. And you have to stop. You have to get out of that. And sometimes the best way to do that is to reach out to someone that can help you through that process, which is what I needed to do when I was stuck in that situation where my life was just on repeat. When I was homebound for 2 whole years at the age of 18, I couldn't even leave my own house. I needed someone to show me my blind spots. And that's what my program can help you do. Or any therapist, any coach, get someone to help you. Talk to someone about it. Because that's how you can change the way you see yourself. Because there's nothing wrong with you. Because the regular information online is going to make you feel like there's something wrong with you because you can't commit to your actions. But deep down, it's like you not committing to your actions is safe for you. It's safe for your nervous system. It's how you had to survive as a child, and you simply were not able and ain't able to let it go. You're still surviving, and it's time to thrive. It's time to reach out for help. So if that's you and you're inspired, reach out to me. Like I said, first 10 people that come through, you're going to get 50% off for Quantum Leap. And I look forward to working with each and every single one of you guys. Link down below. And if this episode resonated with you, remember to give me a thumbs up and drop a comment down below telling me what it is that in your area of your life that you feel like you're lacking discipline in and why. But before you say why, I want you to really ask yourself, why is it safe for me to not go after that? Answer that question. I'm telling you, your whole perspective on this discipline area will change. When you understand that your nervous system is simply wired to keep you exactly where you are. When you understand that, then you would want to push that barrier. You would want to create those new habits. You would want to go after that because you understand I can rewire the way my nervous system reacts. That's a whole nother episode. I hope you enjoyed this podcast episode. If you did, make sure you leave me a review if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple so other people can find my podcast channel. And make sure you take a screenshot, share it, please share it. Like, come on, man. You watch this, brother, sis, you watch this, and like, if you took any value from it, please share it for me because it really helps other people know that this stuff is valuable. And as you can see, your boy is YouTube channel, it ain't doing so great, but so we want to get more people on there. So if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you take a screenshot and share it in the story and tag me, please. I really appreciate this. And like I said to you guys, if you're interested in wanting help, this is why I'm here. Reach out to me on Instagram, ask me any questions that you have, and I'll try to make a podcast episode, inshallah. Other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Peace and love. And wait, let's conclude this. How about that? Let's conclude the episode. You're not lacking discipline because there's the areas of your life where you're definitely disciplined at, whether it's just sitting on the sofa and doing nothing, or eating, or playing games, or brushing your teeth. Whatever it may be, you're not lacking the ability to create a discipline. Understand the reason why you're lacking or struggling to create a discipline is simply because for you, it is an unsafe area to go to. Now, when you compare yourself to someone who is going after what they want, either they learn how to reprogram their nervous system, or for them, it was unsafe for them to stay where you are. It's just the opposite way around. Hope you enjoyed this episode. And remember, guys, you're not alone in this. Peace and love and salam alaikum. Boom.